Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope we're all doing very, very well. Big up to everyone that's watching and locked in for this live 1 p.m. lunch show, which I've actually started on time as well. So I'll give myself a little bit of credit. Actually set the stream up on time. And hey, listen, I'll try and do it more often. I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying their Friday so far. And obviously, we'll have another show later on tonight as well. So this is the first of two. We're going to be going through all of the latest Chelsea news regarding Chalobah being called up to the England squad. We're also going to be talking about Victor Osimhen. We're going to be speaking about him as well as any of the latest stuff that's come out regarding the club. Now, listen. When you see some of these articles as well, remember, I am not a journalist. I do not write this stuff. I simply read it to you, and you can make up your own decisions as to whether it's good news or whether it's just a bunch of rubbish, because there is a lot of waffle, I'll be honest with you. I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now with the transfers, and some of the stuff that we've heard has turned out to be blatantly false. And some of the stuff actually might have a little bit of credibility behind it. But I leave that to you to figure out. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get straight up to 20 likes on the video. Straight up to 20 likes. Get up there nice and quick. And if you want to support the channel in another way, you can via becoming a member of Chelsea Fan TV. Big up to Jordan. Thank you for coming on, mate. As always loyal to this channel. Good to have you on, mate. Very good to see you. Big up to Piggy as well. He says, hello, Alex. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Jordan says he's surprised that Chalobah's been called up to the England squad. How come? How come? I think, especially if you look at Thomas Tuchel speaking about Harry Maguire, it's no surprise that Chalobah's in ahead of him. What should be our starting lineup versus Forest? We can go through that. We'll probably, to be honest with you, mate, we'll probably save that for later on in the show, or maybe even this evening. I don't think I'll speak too much about Forest, but we can touch on it if we've got time. We can touch on it, definitely. Don't want to give away the cards too early, you know. Good to see Dead in the Water. I hope you're doing well, mate. I am doing very well. I've got a busy afternoon coming up, guys. I just recorded a podcast with Charlie and Nina, which I'll try and upload as soon as I can. But we've got a new sponsor, so we've got to be a little bit. We can't just upload things now. We've got to actually make sure it's all professional and all that. So that should be fine. But yes, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Jordan says I can see Osimhen to Saudi if true. Rumors, if yeah, it will be ridiculous wages. Absolutely. Good to see you, Rachel. Yes, Trevor, we are going to be speaking about Chalobah as well. Smash the like button for Chalobah as well. If you love Chalobah, let's get up to 35 likes, guys. Let's get straight up there. Smash that like button. Good to see Tom. Afternoon, Alex. Great to see Chalobah back in the fold. He's had a great second half of the season. He's been very good, very reliable player for us over the years. Don't get me wrong, every player makes mistakes, but when I'm down in the dirt, who do I think I can count on to be available, put in a shift, and do what's necessary? Chalobah, for me, is one of those players. Good to see Daniel back in the stream as well. Big up to you. Good to see Jason in here as well. Proud of Big Trev. No Man United players in the squad. Does that surprise you, Tom? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not surprised. What's your production of the sponsor we should have on the what's my thoughts on the sponsor we should have next season? Honestly, man, I haven't got a clue, but I know Damac are speaking about it, so that's something. Will that bump his price up? What was his price anyway? I mean, if his price was 20 million, then yeah, maybe you can go up to 30. For me, Chalobah's a player that's really undervalued, and we don't speak enough about Chalobah and, you know, what he could offer any team. Forget just Chelsea. I put Chalobah in the same light as, I'm trying to think of another centre back that I could compare him to. If I was to compare him to just a player off the top of my head, you know, like McTominay at United. you don't know what you've lost until it's not there anymore. You don't know what you've got until you've gotten rid of it. And we obviously sent Chalobah out to Crystal Palace, and we realised, fucking hell, maybe that was a bit of a mistake. So we brought him back. And I think that it will be a similar situation getting rid of him again if we were to sell Chalobah. I don't think that it's a smart move on a footballing side. Yeah, financially, you could say, okay, we can get some money for the player. But, I mean, we spoke about humanity as well. We are owned by private equity, guys. Let's not forget that. Their approach is hardly the humane one. They care about one thing and one thing only. And that is, it begins with a D and ends with an R. I'll let you figure that one out. And they don't really care about whether he's homegrown or anything. The only thing they care about is the financial side. And if they believe that they can get good money for him, I think they'll cash in, unfortunately. I was mad when he went to Palace as well. I agree. Hi, Jessica. Good to see you. Not sure I'm feeling about the call-ups with the Club World Cup happening. We'll get into it. We'll listen to what Thomas Tuchel had to say as well. Listen, I'm not surprised that Chalobah's in there. I'm not surprised. I don't think you should be surprised either. Ultimately, this is a player that played really well for Tuchel, and he's just a reliable player, and he's a reliable player to have in there. So we'll go through it all. We'll go through it all together, and then we are going to speak about Victor Osimhen as well. If neither Victor comes, who is the striker choice? For me, Jonathan David is definitely up there. I would also not have anything against the lap if we could get someone else in as well. Sesko and Ekitike, just a bit too expensive for me, guys. A bit too expensive for what you're paying for. The nerves haven't kicked in yet, but they will. They will. Good to see Showman Karaoke on here as well. High praise for Chalobah. Yeah, we're going to look at that as well. Big up to you, my friend. Good enough for England, but not good enough for Clown Lake. Yeah, well said, mate. Well said. I agree with you, Stuart. It's disgusting the way they've treated him. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if he didn't want to be a part of this club for that reason. Good to see Cheryl in the building as well from Bangkok. There you go. Right, let's dive into it, shall we? Let's dive into it. I mean, this selection from Thomas Tuchel. I mean, it's about a 20-minute conference that he's held. So he's just going through everything that has happened. Before we go through the conference, though, I think it's important that we actually see the players that have been picked, because if we don't know who's been picked, then it's very hard to make a decision. So let's get the squad up. We've got the full England squad, a number of Chelsea players making the list. Here we go, guys. Let me share that with you now. Okay, so we've got Dean Henderson, Pickford, got the Crystal Palace, Everton goalkeeper, James Trafford, Trent, Dan Burn, Chalobah, Colwell, 2 Chelsea players in there, Reece James in there, that's 3. Konsa, Lewis Skelly, Carl Walker, Bellingham, Gallagher, Gibbs White, Jordan Henderson, Jones, Palmer, that's 4 Chelsea players, Rice, Rogers, Eze, Gordon, Kane, Madueke, that's 5 Chelsea players, Bukayo Saka, Tony and Watkins. So interesting that Tony's made the squad as well, especially because he's in Saudi. Gibbs White's made it. Gallagher's in there. Henderson's in there. Walker's in there. Lewis Skelly. Interesting. But yeah, nice to see a number of Chelsea players. I mean, listen, we always used to dominate the England squad and have players in there. So that's what you want to see, isn't it? Got Chalobah, Colwell, James defensively. And then obviously we've got some attacking threats as well with Palmer and Madueke. So let me know if you agree or disagree with any of those players in there. I do think that it's a little bit generous to have Jordan Henderson in the squad. I don't know if he's really at his peak level, but each to their own. but it's a decent squad, isn't it? It is a decent squad. Tony's a surprise. Why not Delap in the squad? Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure he has it for this. In fact, let's go through it though. Let's go through it, guys. We have plenty of time. Why waste it? Why waste any time? Let's go through what Thomas Tuchel had to say as well.
Joined by Thomas Tuchel. We'll shortly throw it to the floor, and we'll make it a maximum of 2 questions per person.
No,
if we do have time, we'll come back round at the end. We'll start as ever with Rob Dorset, Sky Sports News.
Hi, Thomas. I'll let you get your water sorted out first.
Yes, thank you so much.
How are you? You well?
Very well, thank you.
Good man.
Let's go.
You've surprised a few of us again with your selections and interested us an awful lot.
Did I?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you first about Ivan Toney, who for us is probably the biggest headline inclusion, and Dominic Solanke not being in the squad.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Ivan deserves to be with us, I think, and I'm convinced because he scored over 20 goals for Al Ahly this season. He won a major title with the Asian Champions League, had big involvement in the team, in goals and assists, and huge contribution. I told you last time, I think that I will try to put a visit in my schedule and visit him in Saudi, which I didn't make. So I thought, why not to bring him over and let him travel to us? It's a good occasion now to also test new players, see new players, meet Ivan in person, see him in the environment. It's we decided to nominate 3 number 9s, 3 strikers with Harry and with Ollie Watkins. And I had a call with Dom Solanke, of course, who deserved to be with us, who won a major title, a major trophy now with Tottenham, and he was a big player for them. But he was in camp already. I have a clear picture what Dom can bring to this group and what he did, and now is still the moment to see new players, get a feeling for them and see them within the group. And because Ollie and Ivan were both not with us,
I actually don't know the answer, to be fair.
Basically the decision.
So we'll find that out.
It's a 26-man squad you've named, and obviously the Club World Cup, which you've won yourself, starts 4 days after your friendly with Senegal. Will you have all 26 players here for both games, or do you plan to be a little bit flexible for the players that have got big commitments coming up with their clubs?
To cut it short, yes, we will start the camp with 26 and finish the camp with the same 26. That's the decision in the end. Me, myself, I was an advocate for, and I could see the reasons for the players who go to Club World Cup to maybe leave a bit earlier, to maybe change the squad. We had even discussions if we nominate the squad without Club World Cup players. So the discussion was very open in all directions, but very, very quickly. We understood that it's also important for us. It's one of 5 camps. It's only 1 year to go until the World Cup. So why to send players away? We want to cherish and worship every day that we have together. And what signal would it send to the group to send players away? And I can understand the arguments, especially of the clubs who would love to see their players maybe get a rest. But we have, I think, strongest arguments for ourselves and for our goals that we want to reach. And like I said, we are building a group. We are building a togetherness. We want to develop a camaraderie, and this is only possible if we take every day seriously. And that's why we keep the group together. The players know it, the clubs know it, and this is our decision.
That was such a well-articulated answer. And that's one thing I do miss about Tuchel is his ability to answer questions and just say, fucking hell, I mean, fair enough. I don't think you can really argue against what he said there. I mean, can anyone criticize that answer? I know that obviously we'd rather not have our players, Palmer and all the rest of them, potentially getting injured for England, but you've got to appreciate that Thomas does want to win some games for them. So I think that's a great answer. Can't really argue with that.
Thank you.
Carrie Brown next.
And we will manage we will try to manage then the minutes of the players, of course, regarding who will play the first match, second match, and will go to a Club World Cup.
Okay, well that clarifies that.
Thomas, there was some belief that Ben White might come into this squad. Are there situations off the field that mean he has a future in England, but he's just not in this camp?
Yes, and he made very strong progress and was involved in the latest matches of Arsenal, which I was very delighted to see. And we had a talk, and we decided that is at the moment not the moment, because he is like he will become a father very soon. So and the baby is due right in the exact date of the camp. So it's his first child, and we wish him and his wife all the best for that. And we thought if he comes back, he should come back with a clear mind and a free mind and full focus on football, which is now not the case. So we decided together that this is not the camp for him to come back. It is also, he played lately, but I think he can still, a second reason is that he can still like 10, 15, maybe 20% increase in the physical ability. So giving all circumstances, we decided that he is not with us.
The follow-up question is, he is now ready and available, and you're ready to select him for England?
Yes, 100%.
For the next camp?
Yeah, 100%. He was ready. He was ready to be selected now, but the main reason is because of family, because of hopefully nice family reasons, is that we don't pick him.
Alex.
Hi, Thomas. Trevor Chalobah in for the first time, a player you know well from Chelsea. Can you tell us the reasons for that? And also, no Mark Gahey, was that fitness or selection?
No, Mark was normally meant to be with us, of course, because why not? He's the captain of Palace, and they had a huge title here in Wembley in the FA Cup, a huge win, and he is a big part of this success story. And he had a good period after camp, even But he got injured in the FA Cup final, and it's a facial injury. And the specialist, the eye is involved, and the eye specialist told us to not take the risk. This was the advice, and we followed the advice. That was the reason why he's not with us. What was the other? Trevor. Well, he deserves it. It's as easy as that. I think he played a fantastic second half of the season with Chelsea. He is very, very consistent on a very high level, especially after our first camp in the last months, and that's why we try to give it a go.
And just on the Club World Cup, have you had any managers reach out to you specifically and asked you to leave their players out?
No, I never did this as a club manager, because I always respected the international duties and also the wish of the players to represent their country. It's an honor and a privilege, so I always respected that, and I had the feeling everyone respects now our decisions. The clubs reach, of course, out to the federation to understand in which direction we are going and what we are planning. But everyone knows and accepts that it's our choice, and everything good.
Okay, any questions outside our three broadcasters here? Yeah, James Ollie at the end.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
It's always a balancing act, club versus country. It's always a conversation with England, I'm sure a lot of other national teams. How have you found being on the other side of those conversations as an international manager?
The more experience I got, the more calm I was with these periods, and the more experience, the more international my teams were, the more I understood how much it means to players, especially also players from South America, who are always eager and keen to play for their country. And I tell you very openly, very honest, our players are very proud to come to camp, even if it's like, an extra travel arrangement. It's extra games in the schedule, and the June window is never an easy window. The March window is never an easy window for the players who are involved in international in the European competitions, Champions League, Europa League. And about winning domestic titles. The June window is never easy because some players had already a little bit of holiday. Some, like the Chelsea guys, play on Wednesday a major final. So everyone is also keen to have some free days, and then comes the nomination. But overall, everyone is excited. And when I speak to players, they are more than happy to come. They want to come. They are desperate to come. And that's the feeling that we want. I think they also know that it's kind of new. It's our second camp together. So we feel the excitement, and everyone is proud to come. And this has to be like that.
And just on the Club World Cup, it's obviously a competition you've won, but it was a week in February then. It's now 4 weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a view that it's a tournament sort of too far for the players. I wonder what your view was on it.
Yeah, it's a massive tournament, a new one, of course, a lot of traveling, and it's the tournament is very long. But that's the calendar nowadays. I think once the players are there, I think the players will love the challenge. The players will embrace the challenge to play against teams they have maybe never played before. So there are like some big matches coming.
Can I just say, I don't have a problem with the new Club World Cup. I think honestly, it's a genuinely refreshing way of doing it. And rather than having a tournament every single year, which honestly people aren't that interested in, you have it every 4 years, and it's a proper occasion. You really have to earn your way into that competition. So I actually really like the way that the Club World Cup has been structured. And I know financially that's why they've done it, for financial reasons, because they can generate so much revenue. They've got a big deal with DAZN, which is like $1 billion or something. But I do think from a footballing perspective as well, I think it's good because, yeah, it's a month-long tournament, but at the same time, then you'll have 3 years where you won't have to worry about it. So I don't have a problem with the new Club World Cup.
The Club World Cup in February that I played in was very, very different. And maybe it will change the perception now with this World Cup tournament every 4 years. So let's see. It's not worth complaining. It's the schedule, and we have to find the best solutions within the schedule for the players. That's why I said, and because I was in club football, we will take care of the minutes of the players if we can, and manage from there. But being the time together, spending it together was very important for us.
Okay, we can allow just a question at the back, and then we'll allow Rob and Kerry to come in for a few more.
Hi, Tom.
Hi,
Thomas. Just on Trent, your predecessor viewed him as a midfielder, but you've listed him as a defender. I just wanted to know your thoughts on Trent's qualities, and perhaps do you agree with the feeling that in perhaps a game with lots of transitions that he's not really suited to that midfield position, but perhaps if you play him at right back, you can get the best out of him?
Hopefully we get the best out of him. Well, I think there cannot be any doubt about his talent. I think he's a pretty special player and a kind of a unique player. I would say he is a right fullback. That's his position. The way he plays a right fullback is maybe very unorthodox because he has this special talent, a special vibe around his game. So it's maybe also on us to adapt to him, and as much it is on him to adapt to us. I'm very happy that he's ready to be picked. He's fit, and he was very happy to come and wanted to absolutely to come and to get to know me in person and get to know my staff and be around the other players. So we are excited that we have this chance. Last time he was injured, he won another major trophy. He was hugely involved in this unbelievable campaign for his home club, for Liverpool, which is massive. So he is a winner, and we are very positive about it. So I'm happy that he's back, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Rob, please come back in 2 more.
Thomas, can I ask you about your midfield selections a little bit, please? Conor Gallagher back in for your first chance to look at him. I know he's been playing very well for Atletico Madrid, but a little surprise from some that Adam Wharton isn't in there. He's been playing very well for Palace, especially when you saw him play so well for Palace here when they won the FA Cup.
And we made Adam train with us in the last camp, and he was with under 21s, but he trained with us and was very, very good. We know. So at the moment, there's also a little injury problem, like a concussion protocol going on from the final. in the FA Cup, and together with Tino Livramento, Cheryl Kwanzaa, Elliot Anderson, Liam Delap, like all names that could be, play a role for us. But the major tournament comes also up for the under-21s, and the intention is that they play a big part in this tournament. And I think it's important. I like it a lot that they have the chance to be leaders in this group, to be players that Lee hopefully relies on and will rely on, and we will monitor this very, very closely. But for these players, we decided, or the intention is that they take their responsibility for the under-21s.
Briefly, thank you for that. Briefly about the centre-back positions as well. Chalobah comes back in. Dan Burn keeps his place.
Yes.
No Harry Maguire, who wasn't available to you first time round, I think, because of injury.
Yeah.
Is he not in your thoughts?
He is, of course. He's always in my thoughts because he covers, of course, the position as a central defender, but also as a number 9, as you know. So he is always in our thoughts. He's always a threat from set pieces. He's a big personality, and he steps up also in difficult times, as you can see in his club. He's always in our thoughts. At the moment, Esri keeps his place. Dan Burn as a left foot keeps his place. Mark is more happy to play on the left side, but had an injury, so we decided for a left footer with Levi Colville to get this. And we see at the very moment Trevor a little bit ahead of Harry. I think that I have a very clear picture of what Harry represents and what Harry can do and what he will bring to a squad. I am not so clear about how would Trevor behave in this environment. So this is where it is, and I think performance-wise, Trevor is a step ahead at the moment. He is involved in a fighting for Champions League campaign, and that's why.
Okay, we'll finish with 2 from Carrie.
Thomas, Lewis Skelly, an outstanding season from him, just stepping into that Champions League semi-final, such natural ease, but you're still a little light on the left there, considering that was a real issue for Gareth Southgate. Is that a real concern for you?
Not a concern, because first of all, we love Miles and what he does and what he did. We have Reece James, who can play on the left side without a problem. Tino Livramento would have been a natural choice, but we decided that he takes the role. The intention is that he plays for the under-21, so no concern. And we have O'Reilly for Man City lately playing on this position. So no, players will come up and players will show up. Luke Shaw was involved in the last matches and coming hopefully back to his best version of himself. So we'll find always a good solution.
You've got Crystal Palace players in your squad, so any Crystal Palace fans concerned that you're not believing in Adam Morton by putting him in the under-21s? Can you talk about your belief of sort of loaning back players to the 21s, ensuring in a competition year they get a chance to win? How important is that?
Well, it's the last chance for them, for most of them, to be picked in the under-21s. So this is the last window. From September, they fight for a place in the national team, and then they fight against big players in a big concurrent situation. So I think they will embrace it to now play the Euros with the under-21s, and that's what we want from them. Take responsibility. I mean, this year Newcastle won the Carabao Cup, Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, the Spurs won the Europa League. So a lot of players were involved in titles who are not used of winning titles. So this is a big boost for us. It's very, very good, because they showed that they have the winning mentality, and then they showed they can bring it over the line no matter what. And this is what we want now from the young guys when they go with Lee for the under-21s. We want exactly that, and this will play a huge part in their development. I'm absolutely convinced. And from September they have to compete for the spots in our team.
Okay. A lot of people see the Wharton's exclusion, Jordan Henderson, into the team. I spoke to Harry Kane about Jordan Henderson, and I was like, can we talk about what a future coach he'll make because of his leadership qualities? And he said, no, that would be disrespectful, because he's still giving so much on the pitch, so much to the squad. Can you explain to people that are still quite skeptical that he's in your selection again, what he brings to you as a coach and on the field, even when he's not playing?
if you have a training exercise in different groups, and then the group where Jordan is, you can just turn your back. You don't need to watch. He will take care of all the standards in this group. It may be a possession game, may be a passing exercise, may be the warm-up. You don't need to take care of this group because he takes care of this group. Jordan takes care of standards. Jordan sets the standards. He is vocal. He's a natural leader. And the others follow. So he has this kind of ability, and that's why he's with us, because he's doing this in a very impressive way. He's still playing on a decent level, and that's why there was not a thought to drop him.
You seemed a bit exasperated by the question. Are you frustrated having to justify his?
No, I can understand it. But once you meet Jordan and once you see Jordan, once you speak to Jordan, it's such an obvious choice that it's maybe your perception is a bit far, seems far away from my perception. But I can understand the question. But it's not Adam Wharton versus Jordan Henderson. What Jordan Henderson brings in the moment to the group, to an under-21 player cannot bring. It's just impossible from the personality, from the experience. And Jordan is more than happy to accept the challenge. Also, that he wants no gifts, he wants no presents. And at the moment, considering the last camp, it's only my second camp. So considering last camp, he had all the right to be picked again.
Okay, we'll end it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, I was still muted there. Big up to Thomas Tuchel there. He had a lot of interesting points regarding a number of players that he selected. Interesting as well when we talk about Jordan Henderson, why he put Jordan Henderson in the squad. To be fair, I do understand it from a leadership point of view, but I think when you look at it from a footballing side, specifically just his ability as a player, I don't think you could put Henderson ahead of a player like Adam Wharton, but you know, you do get a lot of leadership qualities. No doubt that Henderson's won an awful lot of titles at Liverpool. He was obviously a standout part of that success when he was there, and I think he's a good player. But I don't think it's for footballing reasons specifically in terms of ability that he's in the squad. I think it's really about his presence and in and around the team. Which is going to give other players a boost. So that's my thing. That obviously interesting as well, listening to what Thomas Tuchel had to say regarding Trevor Chalobah. He basically said, Harry Maguire, listen, I know what he can bring to the squad, but right now, Chalobah, you're just ahead of him. You are better than him. You're having a season where you're challenging for the Champions League with Chelsea. We've obviously got a final in Poland. He didn't mention anything to do with United, probably out of respect for Maguire, to be fair, because it's so embarrassing. I mean, that's the situation they're in right now, isn't it? So hopefully we'll see our players performing for England, but also being rotated in a way that is, I don't want to say respectful to Chelsea, but like we've got the Club World Cup coming on. And the worst thing ever would be if Madueke or Palmer, any of these guys get injured. These are key players for us. And I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win the Club World Cup. I don't think we're going to win it. But, you know, we can certainly get to the quarters and the later stages of the competition. So that, for me, if we're not taking the competition seriously in that sense, like, there's still a lot of money to play for. And we've got pride as well. I mean, I'm going out to America for 3 weeks. So if we get past the last round, I will definitely, most likely I'll be flying out to those games. I think we've got tickets for it now. So I want to see Chelsea taking that competition seriously. But I want us to be in a position where, you know, we can take it seriously without just having to worry about injuries and everything else as well. That for me is really, really important. But yeah, so that's my opinion regarding that side. Big up to everyone. We've got over 125 people in the building. How many likes were? I don't even know. Smash the like button if you haven't already, guys. Let's get up to 100 likes. I don't know what we're on, so it's hard for me to tell you. What are we on? Let's have a look. We're on 41. Come on, people. Smash that like button. Let's start slow and steady, shall we? Let's get up to 75. Get me up to 75. We're halfway through the show. Smash that like button. Do it for Tommy. Do it for Super Tommy. And big shout out to Trevor Chalobah as well, making his first senior appearance. He's uncapped for England. And big up to Thomas Tuchel for giving him the opportunity. He certainly deserves it. He's a very hard-working player. And he's been through a lot. I think we can all appreciate what Chalobah offers. And although he's not the best centre-back I've ever seen, he is one of those players that you do feel like if you're going into the trenches, he is the man that will join you and he will give 110% for the cause. So big up to Trev. So, yeah, I mean, that was everything regarding England. Listen, I don't always watch the press conferences, but I do think that was an important one, especially for Chalobah. So massive shout out to him. He's the only uncapped outfield member of the second England squad. Interesting regarding Estêvão Willian as well. An article's come out by G Globo, which I presume is a Brazilian source. It's about him leaving Palmeiras and joining Chelsea. He says, I have a feeling of gratitude because at the same time I'm leaving here, I'm going to live a dream. I'm trying to enjoy this place as much as possible because I'm going to miss it. Listen, massive shout out to Estêvão. I don't know if you saw, guys, some of the goals he scored the other day. I mean, Jesus. He scored a penalty. And then 2 minutes after he scored the penalty, the man scored another goal. Really, really impressive as well. Like, I know that you can say, oh, okay, cool, it's a Brazilian league, whatever. But, I mean, he absolutely smashed it into the back of the net. And, I mean, this is what we're looking at. That we've got a little thing from the Copa do Brazil. Are you ready for Premier League? A 9.9 rating on SofaScore, 2 goals, 1 penalties, 1, 5 key passes, 4 out of 5 duels, 22 out of 24 accurate passes. Listen, if you're not excited for this player, I really don't know what to tell you because this guy is, he looks like an absolute gem. He looks like a machine. And, I think there's a reason there's a lot of comparisons going around him. I mean, this is the first goal he scored. Have a look at this. Missed the penalty, but got the conversion after that. And then he come in and he scored another one. 2 goals in 2 minutes.
Ele está insaciável. Vem de novo. É Estêvão com pedalada, com disparo.
I want to watch that again.
Ele está insaciável. Vem de novo. É Estêvão com pedalada, com disparo.
Have some of that, mate. That is what we've got coming to Chelsea, people. Again, look at the SofaScore rating. The man is on form. He's on fire. That is what we like to see. This is a player that, to be honest with you, I know we sign a lot of young players, but I do look at him and I think, oh, you know what? That's a proper player right there. So big up to him. Interesting as well. We spoke about Jadon Sancho. The Daily Mirror come out yesterday and said that Jadon Sancho, I think it was the Daily Mirror, he will be returning to United. Ben Jacobs has come out today and said Man United want to sell Jadon Sancho, even if he returns to Old Trafford. So it does look, based on what we're seeing recently, that there might actually be something happening there in terms of him coming back. Obviously, Caught Offside reported that he was going to stay and be a part of Chelsea's squad. But I did say when I was reading that source, and that would have been a week or 2 ago, I said take it with a pinch of salt because ultimately you just don't know what to expect from any of these sources. So now it's looking like there's a good chance we will not see Jadon Sancho as a Chelsea player next season. Stripper says keep to sell. Jason says I want to keep Sancho. Monkey Gaming, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Was I at the game? Yes, classic Steve. Classic Steve. We do like a bit of Steve in there. So I'll see if I can pull it up. Oh, I love him. Should we see if we can get a little Steve excerpt? Go on then. Why not?
In the Premier League, loving life. How you doing, mate? You all right? Oh, mate,
hello, Steve.
I'm still waiting for my invite, Steve. What's going on here? Were you at the game today? Was you at the game today?
There you go.
Same question.
Anyway,
There you go. Every time. It's such an iconic line. I don't know why it became so iconic, but big up to Steve. I will be seeing Steve in Poland, and I will be seeing Steve in America as well. He's told me he's going out to both, so I look forward to having a beer with you, Steve. If you are watching, good to catch up as always. Chris, all the boys as well. I was with them for the Garden game. That was great fun. And yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, that'll be fun. Sky Sports, they have reported that, I mean, we kind of already knew this, to be fair. This isn't brand new. They've reported that Enzo Maresca will be backed by Chelsea regardless of whether the team finishes in the top 5 spots and achieves Champions League qualification or not. The article says he's safe regardless of the outcomes. Obviously, we play Nottingham Forest on Sunday on the final day, and then we got Real Betis on May 28th. The league finish is more important, as we know, in terms of the outcome of Champions League football. But yeah, you want to start off winning as well. Sky said that this is, who is it? Sky Sports chief reporter Kaver Solkel-Cole says Chelsea really need to qualify for the Champions League, but I don't think it will really affect the future of Maresca. He also said the senior executives at Chelsea feel he is building something that he's not a million miles away from achieving the goals set for him. And if they stick with him, Chelsea can be challenging for major honours next season. I'd expect him to stay at Chelsea. Maresca is safe. So that's what they've said on Sky. Listen, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. I mean, I just take these things with a pinch of salt, to be quite frank, because you never really know what's going to happen. It's, yeah, you never know. Interesting as well, when we look at the, we've got some more news from Nazar Kinsella. This is via the BBC, so he's got an article here. It says Chelsea are expected to now have enough financial headroom to spend on targets this summer, including a striker, winger, and a central defender. One senior source believes the club will be aggressive in the market. The article came out a couple of hours ago, and it says it's all about Chelsea Women and about that sale. And it says Chelsea's sale of their women's team to themselves. What does it mean? And then it goes, it speaks about the women's team as well. It says, what is going on with the ownership of Chelsea women's team? It says in April, it emerged Chelsea had sold the team to parent company Blueco for 198.7 million, a process that helped Chelsea put the wider business into profit. Then last week, it was announced that Reddit founder Alex Ohanian, who has a track record of supporting women's sport, had purchased an 8 to 10% stake for £20 million. The deal looks both like a clever move to navigate profit and sustainability rules and a fantastic boost to Chelsea's already incredibly successful and dominant team. So what is the background? And has the sale highlighted a loophole that needs to be closed? What does it mean for the transfer fund for Chelsea men? And how might Chelsea women develop further with this groundbreaking investment? Now, this is, they start off talking about how the sale was allowed and what it means. It says, since the consortium Blueco's 4.25 billion takeover of Chelsea in 2022, the new owners have been known for taking advantage of gaps in the Premier League rules. First, long contracts. Chelsea spent almost 1.7 billion in transfer fees in the 5-year period to 2024. They were allowed to keep spending after spreading the cost of those fees across 6, 7, and 8-year deals, the tactic known as amortization. In 2023, UEFA reacted by changing its rules so that transfer fees could only be spread across a maximum of 5 years of a player's initial contract. Later that year, the Premier League followed suit. And so we were able to do this last season as well because we weren't in any UEFA competition. Really important to understand that. It says selling homegrown players for pure profit has also helped keep Chelsea within PSR. Chelsea sold Mason Mount to United for £52.5 million and Conor Gallagher for £33 million to Atletico in 2024. When Enzo Maresca was questioned about the sale of Gallagher last summer, he called on the Premier League to change its financial rules so that clubs don't feel compelled to sell academy players. Chelsea's financial accounts in April 2024 revealed the club sold 2 hotels to another sister company to keep them PSR compliant. The sales were ratified with the Premier League under what is termed as a fair market valuation. Under the league's associated party transaction rules, the club reported a pre-tax profit of 128.4 million, having also effectively sold the women's team and potentially other subsidiaries to themselves for around 198.7 million. Will this loophole be closed? There was an attempt by the Premier League in June 2024 that failed to get enough votes. So it looks to be back on the table alongside selling training grounds and other assets prohibited by both UEFA and the EFL. Chelsea are expected to now have enough financial headroom to spend on targets this summer, including a striker, winger, and a central defender. One senior source believes the club will be aggressive in the market. It then goes on to speak about the women's team as well. We'll briefly touch on it. Shall we? I don't know if we have enough time. Let's go back to it if we've got enough time. We'll go back to the women's team as well. But I don't want to miss out on any of the transfer news as well, guys, because it is I do want to get through everything. Sky Sports also come out and said that Chelsea are on course to bank a 200 million windfall, but they have no plans to sign superstar players such as Real Madrid winger Rodrigo. The 24-year-old Brazilian has been linked with a 100 million move to Chelsea in the Spanish media, but is not currently a target. So it doesn't seem like we will be spending money on Rodrigo at this moment in time. We're just going to have to stick with what we've got. If you go slightly further up, you can see that Chelsea's model, which is very similar to PSG's, is to build a squad of young world-class players who will develop together and challenge for major trophies next season. That's what Sky have said. In terms of Enzo Maresca as well, he's had his press conference as well before the Nottingham Forest game. He had a couple of things to say. He said, Nkunku is working with us in the last game. Him and Mark Guiu can both be available for the next game against Nottingham Forest, so they are both available. When asked about Reece James, Maresca said he is okay. He has his own program. We already said that we try to protect him, so we are managing him. When asked about the Champions League race, Maresca said it shows how difficult the Premier League is. So many teams involved. We are happy to be there, finish in the best way. I think that we should be happy to be in the Champions League, not in the race, Enzo. But listen, get the job done and then we'll cut you some slack. When asked about Nottingham Forest, Maresca said we are quite lucky. If we win, we do our job. We don't need to pay attention to other results. If we are winning, we have to pay attention. We have the privilege that it depends on us. He also spoke about Callum Hudson-Odoi as well, Maresca. He said he is a Forest player. I have no doubts that he will try his best for his team. We just have to be focused on our squad and our game. He also had a couple of things to say regarding Enzo Fernandez. He said, Enzo is a main player for us. He's one of the leaders. He's been very, very good. He can be even better next season. Nothing to say about speculation. He is focused on us. Yes, he is staying. So that clarifies that. Obviously, he knows how important the game against Forest is. He says the players know, they are aware that it's an important game, the most important one. Any pressure when you join Chelsea, you feel the pressure from day one. You don't need this game to feel pressure. It's a club where you need to win games. We won many games this season, but we probably need one more, the most important one. He spoke about the team mentality as well. And he said it's something for sure, probably, that we have to analyze in terms of the difference between home and away form. We play some games away that we didn't deserve to lose or draw for sure. If we struggle away, there is a reason why. I don't think it's a mental problem. That's what he said there. He said, I'm not thinking about next season. I'm thinking about the next 2 games. There is a chance of injury or being tired because of the schedule. No one cares about player welfare, Maresca said. If they are tired, they won't play. We will manage that. It's not normal, the amount of games that they play. He said it's not normal or correct, the schedule. People can say they earn a lot of money, but it's about being healthy and protecting the players. So that's what Maresca said coming into this match. I also have some relatively breaking news as well. A player that I am surprised that we are genuinely going for by the looks of it. It seems like Chelsea are not messing around with regards to João Pedro. And according to GE Global, which is a Portuguese outlet, it says that Chelsea have started negotiations with Brighton to sign João Pedro and have signalled an offer of 50 million. Chelsea want it done to have him for the Club World Cup. This is mad, isn't it? Maybe it's a Brazilian article, actually. I apologize. A Brazilian article because he's Brazilian. They speak Portuguese. Yes, it is a Brazilian article. So it's GE Globo. Chelsea are already moving in the transfer market to strengthen their squad with an eye on the Club World Cup with a Brazilian target, João Pedro. The English club, Flamengo's opponent in Group D, has started negotiations with Brighton to sign the Brazil national team striker and have offered around 60 million euros, which is about 50 million quid. The Blues are trying to speed up negotiations both to get a head start on the competition and to have the 23-year-old in next month's competition in the United States, which will have a special transfer window from June 1st to June 10th. Talks are expected to intensify next week with the end of the Premier League, where Chelsea still have a direct Champions League spot to play away at Nottingham Forest on Sunday. João Pedro has been given opportunities with the Brazil shirt by Fernando Diniz, and the rival junior is on Ancelotti's shortlist for the matches against Ecuador and Paraguay. The forward has been involved in 17 goals with Brighton this season. That's 10 goals and 7 assists. 5 of those goals I want to highlight are penalties, and was nominated for the award of the best under 23 player in the Premier League. He didn't win it, but he was nominated for the award. Is that right? Did he win the award? Not sure. He obviously went to Brighton from Watford. Yeah, so now they're looking to make a significant profit on the player, about 20 million quid, Brighton. Fair play to them. They know how to sell, don't they? They say if the negotiations with Chelsea have a happy ending, João Pedro will remember, nobody cares about Flamengo, mate. Nobody cares. All right. Anyway, so that's a Brazilian source that is saying that deal is much closer to happening. So we've seen a lot more traction with regards to this deal in recent days. I'm not surprised that we're being linked with it, but I am surprised that we're pursuing him, if that makes sense. Like he's a good player. I don't deny that. He's a good player, but he's not a great player. He's not a needle mover. And I don't think he's worth 45 million quid, to be quite frank. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe he's worth that. So let me know in the chat what you think. I have to say I'm slightly disappointed with that link when you're hearing a lot of the other names that are available. But if it's him and Delap, I'd rather spend 80 million on that than Sesko, I suppose. But I don't think we'll get both. We'll probably end up getting one. We've got over 130 of you in the building, guys. Only 63 likes. Let's get up to 100 people. 100 likes. Remember, the amount of likes we get, let's just imagine that's the amount we're going to spend in this window. So as it stands, we are going to be spending 63 million. Not a great budget, to be honest. So can we get up to 100 mil, people? Obviously, I'm sure we'll probably spend more than that, especially with sales as well. But yeah, let's get up there. Come on, guys. We've got over 100 over 130 of you in the building. Smash that like button. Let's get up to 100. 40 more likes in the building. Let me know. Keep me updated in the chat as well, because I don't really check that much. Let's go through the chat. I read the articles like it's gospel. Same articles every season. We're linked with everyone because journals get clicks. Stop wasting your time. As I said this at the beginning of the video, Brad. I don't write these articles. I'm not a journalist. You know, I run a Chelsea fan channel, and that is the news that's speculating. So, you know, if you want to write some articles and send them my way, no problem. But if we're not talking about the links, there's not really much to talk about, mate. So that is the news. You might not be happy with the news. I'm not saying you should be, but that is what is out there. So I'm not saying that I want João Pedro. I don't really want Delap instead of Victor Osimhen or Gyökeres. But these are the names that are being flown around. So you don't like it. I'm sorry. That's the news. You know, you turn on the BBC, it's usually something shit, isn't it? But that's what's out there. So, you know, apologies if you don't like it. It is what it is. Let's have a look. Sunderland are hoping to get around for the holding midfielder. What? Oh, Joby Bellingham as well. Yeah, I've heard his name. Although, not really interested, to be honest with you guys. Not interested. He's not going to play for us. Where's he? He's not going to get any minutes, is he? Jason agrees that he's not worth it. Gyökeres is cheaper than João Pedro. Is this release clause 65 million euros or is that 65 million pounds? If that is the case, then you have a very good point, my friend. You have a very good... We need Sesko now because Pedro plays more like a false nine. Fair enough. 60 million to replace a player who doesn't play. Oh, what, Mark Guiu? Yeah, fair. Everything is a rumor until we say, here we go. Yeah, you're right. You know, it is all rumors ultimately. And look, you can agree with it. You can disagree with it. I'm not sitting here saying that I want these deals to happen, but that's what they're writing about. So, you know, that's the reality that we're looking at. If I could get in there and speak to all these people and have some sources, you know, I'd fire over some proper information, but I'm not that well connected, unfortunately. Sky Sports also come out and said Chelsea are planning on signing a striker, a centre-back, and a left-sided wide player. Targets include players like Liam Delap, Benjamin Sesko, Victor Gyökeres, Alejandro Garnacho, Nico Williams from Atletico Bilbao, Jarell Hatto, who plays in the Dutch league, and Mark Gurhey and Jared Brathwaite, who I haven't heard much about as well. Mark Gurhey, for me, is a solid signing. Victor Gyökeres, I just don't think will pick Chelsea, especially if we miss out on Champions League, but maybe there's a chance there. Delap, I think that will definitely be in the conversation for. I mean, if we don't pick him, he'll go elsewhere, but I think we're in the driving seat. Sesko, too much money. Williams won't pay the wages. Garnacho, not worth paying the money that United want for him. Jared Brathwaite, another expensive player. I haven't heard much about him. I don't think that deal will happen. I think there is a good chance of Hatto coming to the... Yeah. I think there is a good chance of Hato coming to Chelsea, but again, we'll have to dive into the finances of that when it does happen. So listen, big up to everyone. Really appreciate your time. We've got about 150 of you in the building. So if you have watched for the whole stream, big up to you. If you've just joined, big up to you as well. I am going to wrap it up though. We've got 68 likes, so let's get up to 100 by the end of it. Doesn't cost anything, makes a big difference, and it just shows that you are enjoying the content. I'll be back at 10 p.m. anyway. So big up to all of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you